welcome back to Praggers Gaming. I'm Gamer Praggers, and this is my review for Subnautica Below Zero. So, what is Subnautica Below Zero? Below Zero is an underwater adventure game set on an alien ocean world. It is a new chapter in the Subnautica universe and is developed by Unknown Worlds. Submerge yourself in an all-new Sub-Zero expedition in an Arctic region of planet 4546b. Arriving with little more than your wits and some survival equipment, you set out to investigate what happened to your sister. Altera left in a hurry after a mysterious incident. Abandoned research stations dot the region. What happened to the scientists who lived and worked here? Logs, items, and databanks scattered among the debris paint a new picture of the incident. With limited resources, you must improvise to survive on your own. So, it was published by Unknown Worlds Entertainment Inc. and was developed by the same company. It was released on the 14th of May 2021 and will set you back around about 30 quid, give or take your region. The game was available in Game Pass, however, when I found out it was leaving, I dropped the cash and bought the game for myself to go with my collection of the first one. So as you can see, there are several different modes that you can play on. Survival, freedom, where you don't have the constraints of food and thirst, hardcore, only one life, and there are no O2 alerts, creative, build anything with no constraints, or a custom game.
This is the farthest I can take you on company space bucks, Robin. You sure you want this? The research is in everything.
It is to me, and Sam. I need to know what happened.
The meteor storm.
I can use it for cover from Altera's eyes.
Gonna miss you, Robin.
I'll find my way back.
Approaching 45-46 feet. Surface temperatures. Drop pod deployed. Welcome to 45-46 feet. Enjoy your stay. Blueprint synthesized.
So as you can see, things haven't gone too well on our descent. So we'll just pick up what food and water is lying around. One of the newest things that's been added.
That did not go as planned. I should find a way into the water and get to the drop pod.
Which is over there. As you can see, most of this is very much similar to the first game. However, I can't remember if the first game had temperature. I know it had some temperature in it, but this one plays a much bigger part in your survival. So, as you can see, our temperature is falling when we are on the surface. Under the water, obviously, we're fine. But as you can see, we are the usual resources. So we've got quartz, copper, titanium, we got some food, we got some water. Help us get started. We got to make our way to the drop pod, so we will head in that direction. as with the previous game, you need to watch out for your oxygen.
Oxygen.
Thank you. Until we get more things. So
Ribbon plants contain electrolytic materials that can be used in energy storage.
and there's our drop pod. So let's enter the base.
Found the drop pod.
We've got storage. And as you can see, we've got our... We need to make the tools. We've got a waterproof locker. So in terms of gameplay, it is, you know, very much like the first one, where you have to survive,
All right,
crafting
I have a scanner.
new and improved gear to help you survive, to find out what happened to our sister. Now, I love
Oxygen.
I love these games. Subnautica, the first one, is probably my favourite survival game at all. In fact, I want to go back and do another playthrough because they've updated with some of the things from this game. In terms of the building, I think they've streamlined a few things, added it to the first one. So let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see a playthrough of the first one again. So yeah, gameplay very much similar to the first one. Very much a case of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're not going to die within the first 10 minutes of the review, are we? Nope, we're okay. Personally, I felt that this game just didn't hook me as much as the first one. One of the things I loved about the first one is the exploration and the need to get deeper, but that seemed to be lacking in Below Zero. Don't get me wrong, I still think it's a really good game. There just
Okay,
needed to
I guess
be
I might as well gather some tools and resources before starting my search.
something else.
Hope that radio tower's as easy to spot as Will said.
There isn't as there isn't as much of an emphasis on exploration as there was in the first one, and I feel the lack of directed story just didn't quite do it for me. So what's new? They added a new vehicle to replace the... I can't remember what it was called. The little sub thing from the first one. You get what's called a sea truck. So I feel the scope of this game was a lot smaller than the first in terms of the area you can explore. I haven't got the map yet, have I? No. In terms of the area you can explore, it is a lot smaller, which means that the stories more focused, if that makes sense. But not only that, but the story kind of splits out because of something that happens further on. Again, no spoilers. You end up on sort of like two different storylines,
New
which, don't
creature
get me wrong,
discovered.
the story itself is enjoyable, but I feel
New creature discovered.
it just wasn't the first one. In terms of achievements and completion, I spent about 40 hours playing this game to get all of the achievements. Now, they are a mixture of building and story achievements. So they're in, in terms of getting a full completion, it's not that difficult. So in terms of a quick completion, according to True Achievements, you can get all of the achievements in about
New blueprint
half an hour to an
synthesized.
hour. Which, do I think that's the case? I think there might be like developer
Oxygen.
codes or something. But if you want, I would recommend playing through the game because it is good. As much as I feel it's not as good as the first one, it is still a good game, and I do recommend playing it.
Adding additional blueprints to your databank. The standard oxygen tank can be upgraded for deluxe and VIP breathing.
So in Roundup, as you know, I generally tend to use the same scale that I use on True Achievements when I finish a game, and I rate it on there. I tend to go with that same uh, uh, rating when I do reviews on here. So I rate this game a 3.5 out of 5. In terms of, you know, telling another story on this planet, I think it was good. It wasn't. I just felt that the story wasn't as good. There were times where I felt a little bit lost. And I don't know if it's just me, but I don't. There is a map that you can get, but it comes up as an entry in the databank, because it's a picture you see on the wall. But that was pretty much the best you could do, which obviously, in terms of role playing, makes it slightly more. What's the word? Immersive, but yeah. In terms of the completion, yeah, it took me 40 hours, but a lot of that was getting lost. Some of that was building bases. There are smaller enemies in this than the first one, and a few more. One of the things I really liked about the first one was the atmosphere and the fact that when you first encountered a new area, you were scared because you didn't know what was there. As as you then went further and had to go back to that area more than once, obviously you became more accustomed. You knew what was there, so you would become braver, and it wouldn't be an issue. And then you'd be going to the next area which you hadn't been to, so you would, there was this sense of fear or dread of this new area. I didn't have that as much in this episode. In this game, and for me, that whole atmosphere is what makes Subnautica for me. And I just feel where the biomes aren't all that different, it's just, yeah, it just misses the mark slightly. So let me know down in the comments if you would like to see me do another playthrough of the original Subnautica. Because I would be up for it. I really enjoy the atmosphere in the first one. But let me know down in the comments what you think. And if you have enjoyed this video, then leave a like. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, ticking the bell so you know when new videos go live. In the description is a link to the channel Discord. Feel free to come and talk about the games you're playing, the games I'm playing, games in general, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.